Hey guys, I thought for today's video I'd kind of reassociate, I don't know if that's the right word, but talk kind of impromptuly about what I've been doing lately to kind of do things a little more slowly. I think it's a common idea and kind of philosophy to kind of slow down, relax, and just like not rush. And I think it's something that a lot of people in our Western culture would like to do. I think a lot of people would like to not have to rush as much, but it might just not be very practical with their job, their life, whatever. I know that sometimes I can get a feeling of like being fried or kind of being spent, like just like that happened to me today actually, and I just had to like kind of watch some YouTube and take a nap, even though I wasn't really tired. The problem wasn't really that I was physically tired, like I need to go to sleep, but I was tired, like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of something like that happens. I think it could also happen like if you don't have any free time, like if you're like a slave laborer or something, working like you know 12 or more hours a day. I think my mom sometimes actually works 12 or more hours a day. It without free time, I think you can kind of get into this like stress position, and I think that can also happen when you're rushing a lot. For today, I wasn't rushing, but what happened today? I just woke up, and like I did everything, like took a shower and everything, blah blah blah, and then I did some physics, and then we drove to the supermarket. Not the supermarket. We drove to the CVS, and stuff, and then we came back, and I was trying to get myself to read The Fountainhead, but I just couldn't. I just like, it took me like 30 minutes to read one page because I just felt kind of like fried, so I just ended up taking a nap, and I never really finished the chat, but it's kind of time for me to kind of go to bed now. But so yeah, I don't know, I can sometimes just get like to a point where I can't, and this has happened to me before, where I almost can't continue working. Like, I was trying to like pull through it, and I was trying to be like, it doesn't matter if you're tired, keep going, but I just like wasn't reading, like I just was not progressing in the book, so because I just like couldn't work anymore. I guess I just needed to kind of take it easy for a little bit and relax. But anyway, anyway, so that wasn't about rushing. That was about just me needing to like relax a little bit. But I think what got me thinking about it is I discovered like Dudism, which is like this like Dudism is kind of like it's kind of like a funny religion, but it's also a serious religion, and it's kind of like a religion for like atheists, kind of, sort of, but it's just kind of like an idea of philosophy that just supports like basically like relaxing, taking it easy. Personally, I can't really like get into it. Like, I wish I could, but I'm just not that kind of person. Like, people actually say that I'm like really serious, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But okay, Dudism is kind of like, the motto is like a guy like smoking while like drinking, which I have some problems with that, but and it's just like the guy's like in a bathrobe, like with his slippers and on, and but I think it's a important idea, and the religion mainly exists to focus on the idea of just like taking life slowly, and and but I can't really get behind it because that's just like not my personality, if you know what I mean, to really like get into it and be like, oh yeah, I'm a dudist, and like get like a shirt or something, like because it's just like I don't know, it's like for some people that's like their thing, but I'm not really like that kind of person, and so I don't really, but I think it's interesting and cool, and maybe I will get into it like a little bit, but I'm just not like I'm just not exactly that kind of person, but I don't think that's a bad thing because people have different personalities. But anyway, but it got me thinking about the idea of doing things slowly, and I think one reason that I sometimes get to that point where I'm like fried is that I rush and do things. And so I have, at one point, I just decided I wanted to like stop doing that. I put on some Coldplay, Such a Rush, which is a good song that talks about, we all rush, do 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 do, such a rush, such a rush, such a rush. And then, but and I just like started doing things slowly. I just like walked more slowly, and just I realized a lot of things. I realized that I walked slowly from the bus to my house, and I realized that if I started, what I automatically thought about is the time that I was wasting that I could have been spent doing my homework. And I think that's interesting, that that's the first thing that I thought of, is I'm wasting time. I remember, what else happened? I can't remember, but some of the things that came to my head were very interesting. It's interesting that that was what I thought of. I just, I don't know, but it's stuff like that where I was like, I'm wasting time. Am I really wasting time by walking slowly? But actually, another thing that I realized that's interesting is that sometimes kind of going quickly is actually what will make you happier. And I think that's something that's important for people to realize, is that in general, I think most people in the Western world need to slow down, and I think they know that, but it's just kind of hard to get about doing it. But I think that sometimes going quickly, and I think it just depends on your personality, but sometimes going slowly isn't what's going to make you happiest. It depends on your personality. Some people might really like hustling and bustling and always being busy, and they don't want like to relax, almost, kind of. They like a lot of stimulation, and maybe they like walking quickly everywhere they go. They actually like that kind of life. They like not having a lot of free time, having to do this and that and everything, you know. And I've also found that for me personally, I like doing things slowly, but some things I like doing quickly, like walking. I do kind of like walking quickly sometimes, and also I like run down the stairs and up the stairs. Like I don't do like step, step, step. I like go like that, you know? And that's like kind of how I wouldn't actually want to take it step by step, even if I had all day. I just don't like walk down the steps like an old person, no offense. But I don't know. So yeah, and I kind of like when I do like Blue Bottle News, I kind of like the feeling of like rushing around, and like I like run from room to room, from the computer to do research over to the other place, and kind of just running around and like feeling like I'm like doing this project and I'm all busy and everything. So sometimes rushing isn't always like the worst ever thing, but you have to think long and hard about what way of living would make you happiest. So I've been doing things more slowly, and I've been refusing to sacrifice my physical and psychological health for my homework, which I think is an important decision. I realize, like, you have physical health, psychological health, like, emotional health. That's kind of the same as psychological health, but whatever. Like, social health, spiritual health. You know, you don't have academic health. That's not a thing. GPA health, school health, that's not a thing. And I would recommend putting your health before your grades. The grades are still important, but you still need sleep, exercise, and enough free time at least for your brain to calm down and you to not feel that fried, stressed feeling. That's actually important for your psychological health. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I have been doing things more slowly, and just, I think I like it, and I like the feeling of, not having to rush anything. It can feel like one of my, like, maybe, like, problems in life, or, like, bad tendencies is I have a tendency to pressure myself to achieve a lot, and it's like this desire for me to like become very intellectual, become well researched on like every topic, to like just write programs, like become skilled at all these different like things, like and just like and complete all these like projects and research. And so just because there's a part of me that for some reason thinks that achieving academic stuff is the only goal in life. So even when I might be more happier watching YouTube, there's always a part of me that says, you're wasting time if I'm not spending my entire life rushing and spending all of my free time rushing doing academic stuff. So there's a part of me that wants to rush everything. You don't have time to take your time. You need to eat quickly. You need to you don't have time to watch YouTube, and you need to study, academics. That's the only way that you will be anything in life, is if you have this crazy academic like